are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Pour here on a Tuesday. Once again, the Barnes and Tony Show. What's going on, brother?
Not much, dude. Excited to be here. Let's go. It's Tuesday. Kind of a little weird, for me anyway. No football, no baseball, rather. I guess it's kind of weird for you, because we have this significant break here down the stretch of this week. So, obviously, stoked to be talking about football and hockey too. But again, I mean, just the slate of games, it wasn't very interesting to me, dude.
Yeah. The interesting part, though, with the game last night is it was early on. I mean, it seemed like it was, an upset. Not that it would be some crazy upset, but an upset in the making. And we'll get into it. But the injuries, I mean, it really, the Bucs season really took a turn for the worst last night, unfortunately.
Yes, no, like you said, an unfortunate turn for sure. And I guess on the other end, I mean, you got to be pretty hyped, I guess, if you're a fan of the Ravens, I suppose.
Yeah, what a turnaround from an 0-2 team.
Yeah, dude, a lot of things, as I'm sure we'll get into more specifics, but a lot of things are churning over there in Baltimore, no doubt.
Yes, absolutely. And I see already we do have some comments.
A flurry of comments here, Brian. So let's take a look-see. Matthew Gabriel says, come on, dude. And he says, look at your eyes. Oh, Barnes is coming over, huh?
Oh, he's over. What's he doing?
Anthony Terrell says, let's go. And then Mary Terrell right there also says, good morning, fellas. Good morning, Mom. Josh B says, what up, fam? Friday seems so far away. And he goes, Knicks tonight, baby. LFG, hashtag TCHA Sports DTV. Confidence in the Knicks tonight in Boston? I mean, I don't know, dude.
Tough game, but honestly, I mean, we'll see. But you would think with that retooled roster this offseason, I mean, the Knicks are as good as any team in the league.
I know. So, stop fucking around here. Speaking of no fucking around, Michael Theophil says, let's go, GOATs. Tony and I going to win fantasy football and NBA, he says. Obviously, Michael, the tag team action, he's super hyped for the NBA fantasy team here. So, he's expecting a lot out of, a lot of the players.
I mean, listen, you guys are doing well in football and basketball. Good draft last night. Your first pick was an auto draft, so that's always a good start, right?
Yeah, that's right, dude. I did hear about your kerfuffle there.
Probably the only one in the league that did that. I don't know what it was.
What happened? You just forgot?
I guess. I don't know what it was. I guess the football game was starting soon. All of a sudden, I look at my phone. Oh, it's 8:03. Whoa! Like real quick out of nowhere. And then the fact that there was just so many better players I would have taken instead of AD just because
it's tough,
injured. Especially Giannis, but I know Giannis actually missed a lot of time with injury last year as well. So like I was telling you, I feel like though sometimes when those things happen, it ends up working out really well. Because I think it just speaks to that we're all not perfect.
That's right, dude. And but no excuses also. Like
and not too long ago. I mean, I guess it is kind of long ago, but it's not relatively. It's like it's 50 years ago, but it was like I think must have been 2017. Whatever the case is, Kareem Hunt, rookie year. Fantasy football, bad connection, middle of the draft, auto picked him, so annoyed, ended up leading the league in rushing. So
there we go, dude.
You never know what you're gonna get.
That's true, dude. Speaking of never know what you're gonna get here, Tommy in the house says, yo, dude, the frozen frenzy tonight, dude. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Absolutely, dude. Montreal, big game here. And Josh B says, what oof, odd, because Josh B is obviously always on top of the draft. So.
No, I mean, one of the first times ever for me, I have to say.
That's all right, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because like I went out to get food, had just come back, and it's just like, I don't know, we're getting the game on. And I don't know. I just kind of forgot about it for a second.
What
But
food?
luckily-
Remos?
No, first time trying. And I think they just opened one, whether it's Westport or
Really,
Fairfield,
dude?
Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah, there's one in Harbor Point.
No, never heard of it. Burrito? Enchiladas?
It's so funny how like
Is it like Mexican barbecue? Is that the Q? Mexico?
I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And got the nachos, which are pretty good. The only thing I would say is, and I don't know where you fall with this, Tony, but with nachos, I feel like I just want my traditional shredded mixed cheese melted on. Even though some quesos can be good,
Right.
like that to me, that's not nachos.
Right.
Like just dumping queso on chips is not nachos.
Yeah, no, what the hell is that, dude?
Like in good queso, but I'm saying I just
Right.
only want melted shredded cheese.
So there was no melted shredded
It was
cheese.
just
There was
queso,
liquid. There was
salsa,
queso.
beans. It was kind of like one of those like.
Yeah, that's not.
Dude,
That's
it was
not.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
Before that too, I was telling Brandon, it's like, kind of just want to just get. Well, again, talking to the wrong person here, but kind of just want to get guac. But then I was like, all right, you know what? You said these good. Get them. Pretty good. And then actually, it was something different. They have a very odd menu. No, like just steak fajitas or tacos, which is like kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
But I did get the brisket fajitas.
Sounds good.
Pretty good.
I like brisket.
Yeah. So I have to say that was good, but just a different, like, good
Right.
atmosphere, but just a different type of menu. And I just feel like
Okay.
steak fajitas, whether it's Mexican barbecue, regular Mexican, seems like it should be a staple regardless. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
No. I mean, I think that's totally reasonable to say, dude. That's very odd. So what do they have? Like chicken, the brisket, a veggie, shrimp. Interesting.
Yeah.
But no steak.
Pork. Yeah, it's like just why, like, and also, I mean, because steak technically is a barbecue, I guess is what.
I guess. Maybe.
But it's like, come on,
You cook steak
with
on the
Mexican
barbecue like, what
is
the
like
hell,
the
dude?
best combination. I think everybody knows that.
No, yeah, I think so.
What did Josh P say?
Josh P would put out warnings all day.
But probably in the chat, which I'm not always on top of.
Oh, I suppose. I mean, he texted me personally yesterday.
Oh,
Because again, yesterday it was Monday, class, whatever. Gets lost.
It must be nice to get a personal text like that.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. I know obviously it wasn't anything intentional. And at the end of the day, is it not on me?
That's true. I mean, it could have been intentional.
But let's go roster rundown because we're playing, starting tonight. So
interesting,
I want to go
dude.
pick by pick.
All right.
I want your draft results out, and let's kind of do a comparison.
Wow, dude. Okay, cool. I wonder. I hope Mike's listening. He said he would call in, but I don't know. He tends to not listen this early. He pops in for a hot second and then bang.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you guys are on?
Yeah, whoa, dude. First pick auto drafted? What?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Really?
What?
No, I didn't know.
And he says, but the difference was Tony wasn't even. I wasn't even signed up. Like 5 o'clock yesterday, not signed up. So let me get my my fantasy team up here. How do I get to like the specific draft? Like I don't know.
Draft results. So if you go to the top, you go to league, and then you go to draft, and then you go
league, draft, bang. Okay, dude. You ready? Are you going first? I mean, I think you picked the 5th pick, right? Are you the 6th pick?
Yeah.
So my first pick here for the 5th overall pick was Anthony Edwards.
So obviously, great pick, Michael Ryle, the prison packs,
Michael,
we understand
Anthony Edwards.
So obviously, we'll take Anthony Edwards over Anthony
Davis.
But I will say, Davis has a chance to be one of the best fantasy players this year. It just comes down to, like it always does, health.
Do you think he'll stay healthy? Honestly.
I think it's a 50-50 proposition.
Okay.
He was healthy last year. So second pick, I guess technically my pick came up first.
Yes.
I went Chet Holmgren. I know Michael Ryle.
Yeah, he was robbed for that one.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, he wanted.
Yeah, he was wow.
Like
that's a good pick.
Yeah. So I had him last year, drafted him a lot later. And he was just a machine with the blocks, the rebounds.
Right.
So I love that pick.
Yeah, dude. For my the 20th pick, Paolo Banchero.
I was in the building, Tony, when he was selected, I think number 1 overall by the Magic. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So that's a great pick, future star. And
here we go. We have Mike calling in now. This is it. He's been listening. On standby on the line. You can keep going, Brian.
But next pick was 30th. Did you? No, you picked first because it was 2 for you first.
So that's right, dude. That's right, dude. Let's see. 29th. Cade Cunningham, dude.
Another Michael favorite.
Michael favorite for sure. Michael's now live with us, dude.
Michael.
Yo, fellas, what's going on?
What's going on? I don't know if you heard us talking before, but the Anthony auto pick Davis, or what were your thoughts on that?
Dude, when you picked him, I was like, what is he doing? I asked Tony. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What did
I was
Tony
like,
say at the time?
He just said,
Anthony Davis, dude?
Oh, he's just because of the Lakers. Did he say that?
I think I was
LeBron,
thinking
LeBron.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, he's LeBron, Lakers, dude. He's back on it, dude.
And it's actually good timing that you're here, because I have to wonder. I didn't ask anybody in the draft about this, and I ended up taking him. I understand there was some missed time with injury last year, but why was everyone so tight on LaMelo?
What do you mean? Were they?
He slipped 10 picks.
No, I know that was a great pick. Who took Chris Paul also? That was a great late
I'm
pick.
not sure.
But I countered the Chris Paul pick with their rookie draft point guard pick, he's probably going to take he's got the starting job. I'm pretty
Stephon
sure.
Castle?
Yeah.
Yes,
Castle.
yes.
Yeah.
That was our last pick.
Did you
Did you
see our Scoop Henderson pick, Barnes? I knew you would love that. That's a sneaky pick for people out there.
I actually didn't catch that one. Who is that?
Wow, he's a starting point guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. He's the reason they traded Lillard.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He was 19 last year. He's averaging 20 something. And then yes, you guys were just talking about Banchero. Dude, like totally slept on. He puts up LeBron numbers. I was talking to Josh. Shout out Josh, TCA. He said he got him to the third. Just him alone got him third place last year in the fantasy. So,
wow. Okay. So let's fucking go, dude.
And then obviously, our picking strategy, Barnes, was all around players up top, with you could just tell. Then and then also dudes that play a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So we're going pick for pick here, Michael. We just went through Cade Cunningham. And then your 30th pick,
was LaMelo.
Was LaMelo. There we go.
Why did everyone pass on him?
And then who'd you have?
Who was ours?
After that, I got Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
We got Scoot Henderson.
Okay.
Portland.
So I think those are two strong ones. And then were you 53?
Jonathan Kuminga.
Okay. And then I went Derek White. Big role at the Celtics.
Derek White. Michael didn't like that.
Didn't like it. Following up the season last year, the playing time.
Dude.
Happy eating cake after a championship. He fell though, so that's why I took him.
Kuminga, big year for Kuminga. Gonna get a lot of touches.
And then another Michael tight. I'm guessing anyway. 6th round, I went with deloading.
I was tight.
How'd you guys counter at 68?
Matthias Buzelis.
Yeah, the rookie in Chicago, athletic Doncic. Let's go.
Michael likes his rookies, likes them young.
And then after that, at 78, I went another guy that fell, Darius Garland. Is definitely been around a little bit, has had some ups and downs, but like a solid player. Just a lot of guards over there in Cleveland.
Yeah, we had 77. We took Brooke Lopez, needed a center, grizzled vet, no doubt about that.
Our only
another grizzled vet. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Now that the draft's over, that's always my strategy, especially for basketball. Young as possible with the picks.
Really? Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, true. Young as possible, dude.
90th. Who'd you go with?
I had 92.
Oh,
so
91. I went with rookie Zach Edey.
Okay.
Purdue.
I laughed at that. I was like, I laughed because I said, I can't believe he picked him. That's so funny.
Just kind of wanted a rookie, needed another like big body, and they were saying like, per minute he'll probably be pretty good. So I was happy with that.
Not bad. At the 92nd pick here, we took from Houston, Jalen Green, right? Just signed a bigger contract, I think, right, dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought
Barnes
that was a good pick right
knows
away.
He's a fucking bucket. He's gonna average like 30 this year. Watch.
And then at 101, we took Bol.
You saw that one. I know that was Michael's favorite pick of the
Brian
draft.
didn't like that one.
Barnes, listen.
Barnes.
Last preseason game, 15, almost double-double in 28 minutes. He's getting playing time. There's too many 7'5" dudes. They need him.
Yeah. No. I mean, I've always believed in him. So it'd be crazy
know.
if he finally gets a run. At 102, I went with DiVincenzo.
I like that pick.
Moving to Minnesota, but I think
Yeah.
very motivated. I think a little
yeah.
sour about being traded in that Karl Anthony Towns deal.
Oh yeah, I mean he's already been having words with was it Brunson's dad, right? Kind of crazy, dude.
And then
we
you
could
had
have that.
114, or I?
No, you should be 115. I'm 116.
So I went with Derek Lively, second-year center for Dallas.
I like that. We were going to pick him.
So
you scooped him
you
up.
agree with that one?
Yeah, but we instead went
No, we went with Gafford.
Gafford instead, but we were talking about both of them.
Right.
Yeah, so we went with Gafford. That was our pick for 116, which I feel pretty good about that. I like Dallas. I mean, anyone on Dallas, I feel, would be pretty solid. Then 125, we got Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd,
Dude,
also from Houston.
Barnes.
Great name.
Next, Steph Curry.
Wow, rookie,
third pick, I think overall.
So I don't know if I could bring that hype, but I'm kind of counting on a bounce back, bigger role. I went with Cam Johnson on the Nets, and then I had 139. You had 140.
Yep, that's correct.
And a Michael personal favorite at 139, Mount Drummond.
Yo, I was dying. Yo, he thinks he's one of the best big men in NBA history. How funny is that?
Yeah, I mean that is pretty funny. What I would say though, in terms of a backup fill-in center, he might be the best in the league though, honestly, on a per minute basis. So if Embiid gets injured, I mean he's gonna get a lot of run.
Yep, I mean Embiid's
he's not playing back to back, so
crazy.
So he is gonna get a lot of run. Who'd you have at 140?
140, Luka Garza.
Yes, from
big man.
Iowa. Tony.
Yep.
Yeah,
dude, he's gonna get mad. He's taking Edie's time. He just got buckets on Jokic. He looks like Jokic.
He's on Memphis?
No.
Yeah. He's on Minnesota, I thought, no?
No, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Edie's on Memphis. And then and then who'd you have at 149?
You ready for this one from Atlanta, dude? Zachary Richesher.
Michael, honestly,
first overall
this
pick.
is the advantage of having Michael on your side.
I guess so, dude.
Wait, he was the first overall pick?
Yeah.
Where's he? No, I'm saying I don't know. I have no
Atlanta.
And he's from where?
France, 6'8", does it all.
Okay.
He's gonna get a lot of runs.
Wait, and Atlanta won the draft lottery?
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you have me.
Yeah. Jeez.
19 years old.
Boy, I don't know how I missed that one. And then for me at 150, I went with Kelly Oubre, grizzled vet Tony. And then I went with a little local feel at 163, Donovan Clingan, a member of
I saw that
championship team. So it was Ralph for that. And then who'd you have at 173?
164.
Oh, 164 and 73.
Dalton Connect.
Great pick.
Right?
Yep.
And then, as mentioned, 173, we put Stefan Castle.
Great pick
Spurs,
again.
Dude.
So I'll admit it. I can admit something here. I mean, I definitely think you guys had a far better draft than me, but the waiver wire is going to be key. So.
No, yeah, it is going to be key, dude. It's interesting to see, people certain playing time maybe restricted, the minutes. I don't know.
And I think too, though, I definitely had some good picks. At the same time, it's just like they're just certain guys. Like when you have those vets, they're like 7-8 years. Like the juice kind of fades away, and it's like you don't know if you're going to get that version of them, but. We'll see what happens.
Kind of wild.
Starting tonight.
Pretty pumped up, dude.
Yeah.
We have to I just feel like it's like draft and then get right into it, dude.
Yeah.
Like put your fucking starters in.
Yeah, absolutely. So it should be a fun
pumped.
fantasy basketball season.
Me too, dude. Anthony Edwards tonight. Lakers, Minnesota.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
go.
Big game. He's gonna drop
and you
30.
know, Michael, we're matched up against each other.
Wow,
You didn't know that.
Take it.
That's right. I totally forgot about that too.
So
honestly, dude.
this could be kind of a little humbling moment for the two of you.
Dude,
so.
it could get late early
Nope.
here for Brian.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, all I have to say is if fantasy basketball follows suit with fantasy football, it will get late early. So
Oh yeah, yep,
we'll see.
Yep.
I'm
looking to follow the trend of fantasy football, take it to the top. I'm listening to all the picks, dude. All the picks were such mainstream picks in this fantasy draft. Just people who just hear about people. Nobody really knew the deep picks. I'm pumped, man.
the bones of the draft.
Yeah, nobody knew.
They're picking like mainstream players. That's crazy. The only one that was like a nice pick to me that someone made was the late Chris Paul pick. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
Let's see who has Chris Paul, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to think of when.
I don't even know who's in this league, dude. I saw a bunch of names. I didn't even know.
I know Allen.
Josh
is
B.
in the league.
Okay.
Josh B. Obviously.
Let's see where's Chris Paul at. Chris Paul is.
And I think Anthony Brander.
I got a big one. That's team name, dude.
I would say that is probably the most ridiculous team name I've ever had.
And it's someone named Michael.
Someone named Michael. Mike in Massapequa?
Maybe.
I think so. I'm sure Josh.
There's a fucking million Michaels out there, dude. I don't know.
So now let's hear it, Michael. Being that we're starting tonight, who's facing off in the NBA Finals?
Wow.
NBA Finals. Wow, that's a loaded question. It's tough, dude. It's tough to say. I will say though, I do think the Knicks are gonna come out slow. Honestly, I don't know.
Getting
man.
used
I'm
to
kinda nervous
playing with each other.
Yeah,
The attitude.
Yeah. He's like kind of like, someone said it on 98.7 today. He's zesty. And like at least Randall was tough. You know what I mean? Like he had more New York in him than the dude from Jersey, so.
But Brunson, the glue guy.
The glue guy left, DiVincenzo.
No, but I'm saying Brunson, though. I mean, I feel like isn't he the captain?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean, I don't know. It doesn't mean he's the glue guy.
So you're tight on Brunson, huh?
Wow.
Not tight. Just, I don't know if it's like Amon Shumpert said, it's not a, it doesn't give me like, oh, I'm winning the NBA Finals. It's not even giving me Eastern Conference Finals.
Where is Shumpert?
He's just announced. He's just doing his thing. He came on ESPN. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He's
Oh,
a bum.
yeah. I guess I have seen him on ESPN before. But I don't know. I think they're going to be in the conference finals. I just don't know. I mean, we'll see when they play this year, but especially down the stretch when Porzingis comes back, how they match up with the Celtics. I think that's going to be the key question. And also, do the Bucks kind of come back this year?
I think they are. I think the Bucks in Miami are going to be back, and people are going to be like, oh.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to see what happens.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't really tell you. It's tough to predict who's going to win, honestly. There's so many good teams.
Yeah, there really are. So should be a fascinating NBA season, and I'm sure you're riled to get into more of it as the season progresses, Michael.
The fantasy helps for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to be locked in. I mean, the waiver wire, like we have to know who to pick up, when people are going to be injured, sitting out. Like,
yeah, you got to check your roster.
This is every day, Michael.
Every day.
Well, not us. Our team's loaded. They're going to be playing 70 plus every single one of them.
You don't have to worry about it, dude.
I'm really not. I picked accordingly. The only guy I got to worry about is Bol, and he's not my starter.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Our starter, by the way.
May the best man win.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. No, we will.
All right. Let's see, Michael.
Barnes is tight.
Yeah. We're not hanging up, dude. Yeah.
All right. I guess before we get started a half hour in.
I mean, that was nice, dude. That was a nice little draft breakdown.
By Michael.
Dude.
Great call.
Absolutely love that.
Finish the comments here, dude. What do we got?
Yes, dude. We have a lot going on here. Obviously. Let's see. Hold on. Stand by. Matthew Gabriel, my fantasy team sucks ass. Is he in the basketball one? No. For football? Well, we knew that one, dude. Josh B says, took him right before me, Tony. I don't know who. Didn't think you guys would. Then again, Michael, maybe Bobo. I don't know, dude.
No, I don't think it's Bobo.
No, dude. Jay Bird says, let's go. Josh says, whoa, Jay, it's too a little early for that. Jay Bird laughing, dude. Jay Bird says, who's this NBA genius on the phone? We know who it was. Josh B says, thanks to Kev for trying to be bad show to me at that time. Lonnie in the house. Good morning, guys. Knicks Nation stand-up hashtag the company. Josh B wanting me to clip that for the end of the year.
Edwards. He wanted Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And then AKA, yes, Mike in Massapequa has the big one. And then my mother says we are going to Uncle Anthony's for Thanksgiving, which is great.
Give me some context here.
My Uncle Anthony lives in New Jersey.
Okay, I
My
wasn't
mother's
sure
brother.
If you had mentioned him.
No. Oh yeah, definitely. I've mentioned him before.
Probably not in a while.
Oh yeah, probably not in a while.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, it's obviously gonna be great to see them. But it's just like, Thanksgiving, drive to Jersey.
How far is it from Staten Island?
I mean, like if there's no traffic, let's say an hour, 45 minutes.
But 3 hours with traffic.
Yeah, if on the way back, it's probably gonna be you're fucking done.
Wow.
Like literally, like start walking.
Wow.
Yeah, there honestly, probably I don't know. Sometimes we do miss it. We get home okay. Like hour and a half, hour 15, a little bit of traffic. But I remember like growing up as a kid, and some nights it was just a fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours, and you're just like, why? Dude?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see.
Like,
On the way to Staten Island was it the Beach Bash? Was the one that the traffic?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right. Oh my god, it's such a brutal. Jay Bird wants to know where in New Jersey he'll come for dessert. Eatontown, I think.
Where's that in relation to Asbury?
North
Gotcha.
of Asbury.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But yeah, that was quite the introduction. Anything though before we move on here, anything specific NBA? I mean, are you interested to see, the Knicks? Is it kind of like, that might be interesting? Like, are you kind of interested in that end, or is it more of a general league type of thing?
I think still right now, general league stuff. Again, I mean, I guess there is juice around the Knicks, seeing what they could do after, being surprisingly good last season, the grit, working through injuries, and now we've, traded away some pieces, got some new pieces in, what do they look like? So there's juice around there, but I'm not like, Knicks are gonna win the fucking finals, dude.
No, and I don't think, I'm not saying Knicks are gonna win the finals, but I have to say, I think they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then, I mean, who knows? But I think they're kind of loaded. I understand DiVincenzo was a big loss. I get it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's just gonna be a little different style of play. They're gonna have to be adjusted to.
Yeah. Usually talent wins out, though. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, think about that starting five. I mean,
no, it's great, dude. If they're staying healthy, and again, we'll see where they're at. Are they running to the ground come playoff time? Who knows? And then I don't know. I think there's a lot of. I mean, obviously, season hasn't even started yet, so a lot of question marks. What around the league? Like, what's it look like? Think about playoffs last year. Embiid injured. 76ers have a tough time. Bucks had riddled injuries as well during the postseason. Like, should be interesting to see how everything plays out. Another year with Edwards. Like, can he get further in? Like, what's the Mavericks? Like, what are they going to be like as well? I think there's so much, like Michael was saying, honestly, like competitiveness here. There's a lot of competitive teams out there.
Yeah, it's very, very challenging. Like, how do you really separate yourself?
Exactly.
The West is definitely loaded. I mean, Phoenix, you haven't even mentioned Phoenix, and they've been kind of a train wreck since all those guys came together.
But still, Booker.
Not Ayton, but Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's the other guy?
I don't know.
Do
they not have Ayton anymore?
No, Ayton's on the Blazers.
Let's look up Suns depth chart. Josh Peters in the comments right now, probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Devin Booker, Bradley Beal.
That's who it was.
We almost took Nurkic too.
Booker, Durant. Yeah, Nurkic. Yeah, that would have been a good one. But the West is, I mean, how do you like? I feel like it's just tough just to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, dude.
So kind of crazy.
Yeah, should be pretty interesting, and it does seem like maybe because of this fantasy team, I'll be more dialed. Well, we all may be more dialed in than usual. Yeah, at least than last season, anyway.
Yeah,
which is dope, dude.
Yeah,
basketball's a fun sport.
Yeah,
maybe we'll even be motivated to play.
I don't know. It's been a couple of years.
I feel like winter's coming. Wakeman, Jeff, like.
Yeah, like Jeff, where are you?
Where are you, dude? Are you hammered? I don't know.
Possibly. Thank you for the pinstripe ale, though, the other night.
That was sick, dude.
That was sick. And it's sick that it's World Series week. Are you kidding? Few days away from first pitch, Dodger Stadium. Let's go. What's Corey saying?
He's saying very close, Eatontown, Asbury, 15 to 20 minutes from him.
Wow. Okay. So I think a lot of New Jersey presence with the listeners.
Yeah, heavy New Jersey presence. Maybe we could all get together and have our own Thanksgiving, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But time to switch gears. Let's go to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow
Fires. Intercepted. Picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk. Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move. Stops. Spins. Flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
All right. So the double header Monday Night Football last night. First game, Ravens against the Bucks here. And wow. Did not expect the result here. Especially the way this game started. The Bucks,
Scoring first.
They get the ball first, they score first, they get a punt from the Ravens, and then go down and kick a field goal.
Yep.
Seemed to be very much in control of this game. But the Ravens, the next two quarters, after getting outscored 10-0 first quarter, outscore the Bucks. And no, this is not a typo. 34-0 in the second and third period. And the Bucks little life fourth quarter touchdowns, but not enough, Tony, as they fall 41-31 here. And the biggest thing from the Bucks, why this one hurts so bad, you get the good start. And overall, I mean, Mayfield had a pretty good game, but Chris Godwin, dislocated ankle, pending free agent, out for the season pretty much. I don't know if it's like official, but that's what they're saying. And then Evans, they don't know the extent of the hamstring injury. That didn't look good or great, as we would say, but it's just like moving forward here for the Bucks. I mean, I guess they can get Evans back, but you would think maybe they have to trade for a wide receiver. Mike Williams, anybody?
Yeah, no, I guess so. I mean, it is tough to see those two injuries kind of come down in a tough loss as well. I mean, maybe you can rely on some other receivers as well. Jalen McMillan seems to be pretty good, rookie out of Washington. Sterling Shepard, I don't know if you can rely on him much, but
I mean, you're just used to having two Pro Bowl wide receivers and to be out with one for the rest of the year, and then maybe Evans could be a few weeks here. Hamstrings are tough.
Yeah, hamstrings are tough. It's tough. Yeah, it is just really tough, like you said. I mean, to lose your top two receivers, two injuries that could be, lingering and lengthy. It's going to cause a lot of issue for Baker and the boys, especially this game. Baker, 2 picks, one of them in the end zone, I think during the first quarter. You can't be making those mistakes like that.
Completely changed the game.
Completely changed the game. Yeah. And I mean, you want to look at the score at the end of the day, 10-point difference. You had 2 turnovers, 2 possessions, one of which really should have ended in a score.
Right.
Ended up not, obviously. Both of those, by the way, I think intercepted by Marlon Humphreys. So great job by him. Baltimore secondary, the defense is good.
Humphrey left with an injury. A lot of injuries last night.
Interesting. I didn't know that, dude. Didn't look injured at all. Derrick Henry, dude.
Or Lamar Jackson,
dude. Oh my God.
Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing. But last night, 15 carries, 169 yards,
pretty
including an 81-yard scamper, which I was surprised he didn't go all the way, but almost did. They ended up scoring on that drive. But as a team, again, 244 yards on the ground. That's insane. And then, Lamar just threw not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 touchdown passes, 17-22, 281 yards. Bateman leading the way, 4 for 121, including a 59-yard touchdown.
I mean, it's very interesting here because I feel like we've seen this come from Lamar so much, where it's just like those glimpses of how good he really could be. When he's working the ball through the air, because I mean that having that is so huge, because he was establishing that throughout the first couple of drives. Bucks adjust, maybe have a secondary drop back, play a zone, safety, whatever. All of a sudden now Lamar's running. That QB contained because he's getting yards. All right, maybe we'll blitz. Oh wait, now Lamar's finding people downfield. What are we doing,
Henry's
dude?
Getting 11 yards.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden now Henry's running up the middle. This is a big problem. Yeah, I mean, that again, I mean, you have all those, so much talent. You said talent wins out. I mean, that's what it was with the Ravens last night. And then, I think Tampa Bay felt that. Baker felt that again, forcing those throws, turning over the ball. And it just seemed like offensively, Baltimore was just too much to handle. Which is which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think, between all the targets that Lamar has, I mean, it's tough, dude. When Baltimore's humming, dude, it's a really, really tough team to beat.
No, I have to say, I think, I think, I think though, like listen, and maybe it comes out of the playoffs, then I'll revert back to the old ways, kind of fading them.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of, and after an 0-2 start, kind of crazy to say this, but it kind of feels like this is the year Baltimore gets over the hump and gets back to the Super Bowl. I mean, I know the Chiefs are 6-0. I understand it, and of course, in the past, I've always sided with the Chiefs, but just what Henry brings to this team, I don't know, right? I mean, isn't that thought kind of going through your head here?
Of course, dude. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's two thoughts that are still kind of rattling around my head. And I mean, one of which is like, it's week 7. Like, is Henry going to be able to keep this up for 10 more weeks?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, dude. Like, he's not going to have these great games every week. And then it's also like, Lamar's not going to be throwing for 5 touchdowns. Like, Lamar's not going to be clean. Like, what we've seen in the past from all his entire career, that there's going to be like parts where like all of a sudden he's just not throwing the ball well.
Yeah.
And that kind of, obviously destroys a lot of his offense. Cause then at that point, not throwing the ball through the air, easier to be like, all right, we just got to contain him, control the middle of the field, stop the run, which obviously is hard, but without that aspect of Lamar, if he's throwing picks, I mean, you're not going to be winning games in the playoffs. That's for sure. And I mean, we've seen that his career, like I said, late season blow-ups, late game blow-ups. I mean, I think there's still a lot to be desired here for the Ravens, but right now they're looking like, top 3 teams in the league right now.
And right now he's not throwing picks, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Great, dude.
Remarkable numbers there. And is 5th in the league with 1,810 yards passing. It's interesting. The Bucs kind of came back, hung in there without their top 2 targets, and Cade Otton ends up catching 8 for 100. What do you think, though? Let's say, Evans misses 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Are they going to be able to hang in there?
I don't know, dude. I mean, again, Baker, first of all, has got to remain calm and cool and collected and make good decisions down the field. I mean, that first pick in the end zone,
that was
I don't even know what he was throwing to.
Yeah.
And then that second pick, he was throwing to like triple coverage. So, I think he was just feeling the pressure, not even the pressure, like in terms of like defensive line in his face, just the pressure to produce offensively, looking at what, Baltimore is doing on the other end of the field. I mean, I don't know, dude. Their next 3 games are kind of tough. I mean, Falcons is not a gimme next week. And then you have on the road in Arrowhead, Kansas City, and then Niners at home.
Niners desperate, maybe at that point being 3-4. Now it's going to be tough.
And then
what seemed like had so much promise too.
I know, dude. So it's going to. I mean, let's say maybe you go 1-3, or 1-2.
You play the Giants, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers.
I mean, that would be good.
Panthers mixed in between the Cowboys. So with the Saints looming as well. So I mean, there is a chance if you just don't have a stretch where you lose 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6.
Right, but it's just like Evans comes back week whatever this is against the Giants in the Meadowlands, and you have to like kind of like you have 1 game you can lose, I feel, out of the next 6 games.
Right.
Like there's really not gonna be any margin for error at that point. So at that, I guess the ball is still in your court, but you guys got to produce at that point, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a shame, and obviously you hope for a speedy recovery from Chris Godwin, and he was off to a really good start this season. So that's got to be
ankle.
So tough for him.
Did they say if there's any ligament damage or anything? I think they're
dislocated
ankle,
which obviously that's never good.
No.
And I was just looking on here. I believe it's the Bengals next, right, for the Ravens, right? Or
Browns,
Broncos, Bengals. Yeah. So how about 4 Bs in a row?
How about that, dude?
And really, it's
double B, triple
5
B,
out of
quadruple
7.
B. B's.
No, 6 out of 8 B teams. Bills, Bengals, then the Commanders, but then the Bucs, the Browns, the Broncos, the Bengals. I mean, that's a lot of B's, though, is it not?
That is a lot of B's, dude. A lot of B's right there.
So kind of crazy.
The B's, dude.
And then what wasn't crazy, or at least I felt, I mean, obviously, you have a game-winning field goal as time expires. Okay, there's theatrics. But I just thought there would be a decent amount more scoring. But we did see the Cardinals defeat the Chargers, second game of this doubleheader, 17-15.
Yeah.
Former Patriot kicker Chad Ryland with the walk-off field goal here. I didn't catch the late part of this game. I had to go to sleep, but I guess they fumbled at like the 3-yard line or something. The Chargers, I heard. Tough to lose a game like this because I don't think the Cardinals really played that great.
No.
Other than James Conner had a nice game.
And they blew it. I think with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Obviously, Chargers at this point were up 15-14. Dude, there was like some throw. I don't know who was involved. I don't know who the penalty was on. But the throw like wasn't good. It was gonna be a 3rd and 10. And some guy came in late and like hit the player in the head with his shoulder. Personal foul, 15-yard penalty. So it was 3rd down and 10. It's now 1st and 10. And then the Cards obviously rush a little bit. Field goal ended, time expiring. I mean, not good, dude. Like that little stupid mistake, even though and Harbaugh was tight because it was like borderline, like shouldn't have really been a foul. But obviously it's not the way the refs saw it. They call it. That drive stays alive. Cardinals up scoring, winning the game. Dude. So, but I mean, again, I don't know, dude. I feel like that's like been the Chargers the past couple of years. Like they find ways to lose games. Late,
Yeah, I think there's just this, expectation that it'll be different now with Harbaugh in town, and obviously he's only 6 games into his tenure. So they're 3-3. I mean, it's not like they're buried, but it's just like, you have many more losses like these, and that's going to kill you down the stretch. But fortunately for them, next 3 games, Saints, Browns, Titans. So there's an opportunity to really get some solid footing.
They got to go 3-0 though. I feel like for someone to have confidence in this team, not just making the playoffs, but being competitive against better teams. I mean, not for nothing, you're having a tough time to score late in this game. That drive, that end in the field goal, 15 plays, 77 yards late in the fourth quarter. Like you got to figure out a way to score there because I feel like Herbert drove down the field nicely, but then when it got to the red zone, all of a sudden like wasn't making good throws, like weren't making good decisions. Like when the Cardinals had their backs up against the wall and they were kind of pushing back. I don't know, dude. Herbert didn't really seem like he had that I don't know, that fierce, that ferocity,
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude.
It'll be interesting, but I think they'll hang in there. But this was just a game that they know themselves that they should have won.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. And the Cards, like you said, aren't that great. Murray was running around a little bit, too. They were having a hard time containing him.
Yeah, I think a 44-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he was like, he had an edge, and he just burned some dude on defense, and that was over. But like, it's shit like that, like, as a quarterback's doing high school,
Right.
Like, you got to figure out a way to contain him. That's, like, a big part of his game,
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, excuse me. Told you, no coffee today. First show ever without a coffee. But
that's tough.
We'll get one after.
I mean, you're gonna have to, right? I mean,
yeah.
I heard Gaetano says good coffee.
Dude. Combo. What are you doing? So week 8 begins Thursday. Vikings at Rams. It's interesting. I mean, we got 2 days till that game. But just looking at it now, hard for me to think that I would go any other direction than the Vikings here. I mean, coming off a disappointing loss, Rams are down some key cogs.
Naturally.
Did they really have a chance here? I mean, the spread is 3. Is that the Vegas trap, Tony? I mean,
that does seem kind of like
then again,
low.
The Ravens, same thing with the Bucks, or it rode. It didn't seem that low. Bucks have been playing well.
Yeah. Rams 2015 win off the Raiders are coming off of like that's not.
Nice. Oh, you beat the Niners, but then they haven't been themselves this year.
Yeah, and that was tight game still, field goal, and it's like at this point now. Vikings too. Roaring back for they just lost their first game. If they're going to want to win the next one,
right?
Even more so. Rams, maybe they're thinking low hanging fruit, like let's pound these guys, and they do, right?
And obviously this is so ahead of things here. But will the Jets minus 7.5 in New England be the low hanging fruit for the picks, or is it one of those things we've been picking well? We've been staying away from the Jets.
Yeah,
There's a reason for that.
Absolutely not, dude.
No, I think it's the same thing with betting. It's like I just like to just completely avoid the Jets game because it's like, oh, you think the other team's gonna win, but then it's like I don't want to like root against the Jets, but at the same time I can't count on them to win. And that's the problem.
It's almost like take the Patriots. Almost
Yeah.
like I can see the Jets winning by 3.
Nice that we have first pick this week, so I think we could have another 3-0 week. You know,
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting spreads here. Even like Cincinnati -2.5 at home against the Eagles. Like that's interesting.
Yeah, I think Cincy's gonna win that one. I think the Niners bounce back. Jerry in shambles, definitely.
Green Bay -4.5 against the Jags.
Green Bay, I think, handles the Jags.
I think so too.
And the Lions -11, they probably cover that. I mean, that's probably gets as ugly as that Cowboys Lions game.
Wait, to the Lions
-11.
Oh, -11
against
the Titans. Yeah, that is fucking
Big
crazy,
spread,
dude. Huge spread.
So I think it's setting up to be a good pick week, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that on Thursday. But let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Speed, here he comes. McDavid shoots, top shelf, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle break. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save. Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pastrnak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. And kind of one of those like early season type of things. And I don't know if you feel like this, but like, especially for me, when it comes to like, betting on a team or something at this time of the year, I feel like unless it's the Rangers, like it's like I'm almost just not even going to do it because I feel like I don't know. I feel like I think there needs to be weeks of play before you really know, okay, this team
Who's
looks
what?
great,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because like this game, I mean, we both said, oh, the Lightning, they should beat the big well, right?
I
Or
know,
no?
dude. Oh my god, yeah. And the Lightning looked pretty bad,
Right.
actually.
Right.
And
Stolar started for Toronto.
yeah, dude. How about that? I mean,
Yeah.
Stolar's interesting. Coming over from is it Florida?
It
is
was Florida.
And having a good year, to be honest. Had a very low goals against on average. I think had 24 starts too, like last year, which is pretty interesting. I think Bobrovsky was hurt for a little bit. Regardless, here, Lightning looked like they were in shambles. Maple Leafs kind of just started scoring almost, and really never looked back. I guess that Nylander goal was pretty interesting because it was a broken play. Puck just found Nylander, put it past Vasilevsky. Really nobody's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tampa Bay answers, late in that period, which is also kind of a crazy goal. Victor Hedman, deep pass to Paul, who was like, again, already almost like at Vasilevsky, kind of crazy. But regardless, Paul shoots, Vasilevsky makes a save. Defender who's sliding in hits it into their own net. Again, nobody's fault, but kind of 1-1 game. But the second period, which is really the entire game, it was really a matter of time because, I mean, the Maple Leafs just looked like they were so much faster than Tampa Bay. I don't know if just the Lightning here, I mean, I don't know. We talked about it. Maybe he's tired still. I don't know, dude. But regardless, I mean, they were just making dumb mistakes in the neutral zone, stupid turnovers. That's why you saw the Matthews play, the goal on the power play, which, again, probably was Vasilevsky's fault. Couldn't handle a rebound. Instead, it wasn't a power play. Matthews was there. Should have been an extra man, but still, you got to control your rebounds. And then I think it was maybe the Pacioretty goal or the Nylander goal after that. Vasilevsky was just slow, to be honest. I don't think he really had a good game last night. Obviously, giving up 5 goals. That's not a good game at all. So it just felt like this one was really never competitive. And like I said, Tampa Bay just having too much of a problem moving the puck up, not fast enough. Toronto was just in complete control.
But it's just funny, like I'm mentioning, early in the season, and then, come the spring, Tampa could like defeat Toronto in 5 games.
Oh, yeah.
And be headed to the Stanley Cup final.
Wild.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
You never know.
Especially with Toronto. I mean,
Yeah.
they blow it.
Right. And hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's the Rangers defeating the Lightning heading to the Stanley Cup final. But so that was the only game last night that was on. So that one caught me a little by surprise, and it is crazy that it's a full slate tonight. And it's crazy looking at these ticket prices. Like it's insane how much cheaper every single other
Team is.
arena. Yeah. I mean, I know obviously this is only half the teams like road home. I get it.
Mhm.
But like it's kind of staggering. But I guess most of it is like, well, I mean, that's what you get if you want to live in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I guess so, dude. You can go to the game for $26 if you're.
but
in
I guess we could go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, we
Michael, road trip.
Well, if you live
Pats.
in Sunrise, Florida, you can go for $10.
Yeah.
We can't just.
But also, though, you can't trade anything for the Garden, and we know that. So
Yeah, and unfortunately, the people at the Garden who make the ticket prices also know that.
But is it really them, or is it really the secondary ticket brokers? Because like, the
Yeah, no, it
Rangers
is.
season tickets
Yeah.
are probably way less than what's actually posted on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I guess too. And I mean, they talk about it all the time too. I mean, it's like, corporations buy up those like boxes, the
Right.
seats, and they'll pay a pretty penny.
And
so.
just like everything, it's supply and demand. So like, and I always talk about this, like the rich people, like they're rich because they take every penny that they can. So it's like, if you can get it, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with the World Series.
Exactly.
I mean, it's to get in to like the first game. I mean, I don't know if I've seen less than like $1,200.
Yeah, they were saying
stands.
Yeah. $1,200, dude.
And last year it was only like $680 or something like that in Texas. But the matchup, obviously.
But still, dude, $1,200 just to walk in for the worst seat in the house. It's crazy.
Yeah. But I'm saying it then when you really think about it, though, I mean, there is a lot of buildup here, especially a matchup that we haven't seen in over 40 years. Like, and then the players that are in the game. I mean, you see why it gets there.
$1,200.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you see why it gets there. I mean, it's like, again, if the demand is there, people are going to pay for it. Who's passing up that?
I know, right? And it's like, what if like everyone boycotted game one? Like, what if we just did that, dude? Like, just think about how much we could accomplish. Like, there's going to be another game. It can't just be one game of the World Series.
You can't, though.
Like Dodger Stadium, empty.
Not agreeing with reality.
But like, wouldn't that fix the problem, Brian?
No, because there's so many people that like the price isn't a problem for us.
No, but I'm telling you, like, if nobody went, though,
no,
they would change the prices.
That's like Matthew Ryan, like giving us some idea, Tony. Honestly, like that's something where it's like, what are you even saying?
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the idea, like, if it were to happen, I'm sure you would see lower ticket prices for game 2.
What do you think Yanni means? Silver spooners?
Oh, people who like get fed with a silver spoon, like rich people.
Oh, gotcha. Rusty. My spoon was rusty and black, so I came up from that.
Like a working man's.
Gotcha. But anyway, the slate is crazy tonight, and it's like one thing that I have to ask you, Tony. I mean, a road game here, the Canadiens,
right?
I mean, do you feel like because this Ranger team, a lot of them have been playing together for a couple of years, this is a spot where typically like good teams, maybe early in the season too, maybe get picked off. Do you feel that that they're going to be dialed in and not kind of take this one, for granted?
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, it's early enough. Laviolette doesn't teach no shit like that. So I mean, they're not going to be taking this off.
Oh, like you want to take it off? Well,
yeah,
you could go get some spicy pork with Louis Domingue.
Exactly,
in Hartford.
Dude. Like you're not starting. And you're on the road too. You're in Montreal. Original 6 matchup here.
The Bell Center.
Exactly, dude. Like this is still no joke. Like you want to be on your A game. And not for nothing, Canadiens, in terms of hot starts, yes, Caulfield, one of the hotter players in the league right now, 7 points through, 6 games. Obviously not as hot as the Rangers, but you still want to be, on your toes a little bit. You want to be caught out here flat-footed. That being said, yes, Panarin, 12 points through the first 5 games, obviously with way more support. We know about Kreider and Mika and what they've been producing as well. So, I mean, listen, I think it should be chalk here. Rangers look at that money line minus 225. There's a reason for that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think it could be a 4-1 game, maybe 4-2.
So not just to, flex your fandom here, Tony. Let's just say hypothetically, you were given $230 and it had to go on a winner of all these games. You would put it on the Rangers.
Like a $200, you said. Had to put it on a winner, 230 straight up. If I had to pick one team to decisively win, I I mean, that's so tough. There's a million different games here. But yeah, I would say so. I mean, you're eyeing up some other games. I mean, Canucks Blackhawks is interesting. Canucks obviously good. Blackhawks struggling, but it's like Canucks 2 overtime losses. Wade Blackhawks, like Bedard could just go off if he wanted to. Jets 5-0 against the Blues though. Binnington could do well. Avs Kraken, I don't think so. These games could be close. I think that. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any other decisive outcome. It's Rangers over the Canadiens, 2:30. Book it, Brian.
Book it.
Book it, dude.
Wow.
I mean, right? I mean, come on, dude. I mean, nothing else seems to be like an outlying matchup. Maybe the Panthers over the Wild. I think it's time the Wild get served their first regulation loss. And I mean, the Panthers, speaking of hot, Panarin 12 points, Sam Reinhart 12 points as well. So. Yeah, give me the Rangers.
You don't want to throw Yanni a bone with the Islanders.
Islanders.
Red Wings. I was at that game last year with Yanni, and of course the Islanders, like we've seen them do many times,
blew it in the third period.
Yes.
So yeah, I will not be having that, Brian.
The crazy part too, it was like I would say at MSG, probably 500, and we were sitting like row 10 behind the glass for like $50 with Bernie. Actually, Bernie was there too.
Oh, no kidding, dude.
Yeah.
Bernie's a great guy.
Yeah. Great guy.
Love
but you really like, obviously it would be ideal to go when the Rangers are there.
Right.
But then of course, when the Rangers are there, the tickets are way inflated.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm getting at is you kind of are overdue to catch a game there.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, dude. That is for sure.
It's honestly awesome. And I hope for the Islanders' sake that they, get going here. Like would it be sick if like they were like really good and it was like the Islanders, Rangers like duking it out, like top of the conference?
That'd be great, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like we haven't really seen that in a while where, like those two teams, New York, rivaling, dude. So let's fucking go, dude. Let's go Islanders. I've always been a little bit of a, they've had good players throughout my lifetime.
Like the Yankee jersey type of thing for you.
I mean, I guess. I mean, again, like just good players come through New York. Like it happens. The Islanders are another storied organization who has won multiple Stanley Cups in the past. So, like, yeah, obviously.
But no, it's funny because it's obviously different for me that it's hockey. But I kind of was like that last year too. Went to 2 Islander games. I mean,
they're a good fan base.
Yeah.
When they did play at the Coliseum, like that was dope on Long Island. Like that, it just made sense. So that was a sick part. Like, oh, Long Island has their team almost,
And obviously, too, it's I'm sure like their fans hate saying this because it's funny. Corey likes the Islanders too, but he's definitely tight at this point. But I'm saying it's like they're not really like a threat. So it's like.
For now,
yeah. But boy, it's been a long time, right? Since they were. Besides that run to was it the conference finals? No, didn't they lose 1-0 to Vasilevsky in the COVID conference finals?
That would make. I think that makes sense.
And that, other than that, the past 10 years have been absolute shit.
Basically, dude, I want to say they really weren't that. Like in my lifetime. At least of recognizing hockey, like not since the early 2000s, really, where it was like the Islanders were competitive and beating, I feel like the Rangers, even though I want to say beating the Rangers, but just making an impact in terms of, playoff capacities.
No, and it's crazy too. Remember, didn't they have like the historic amount of overtime losses last year?
Oh yeah, that's
and they already have 2 through their first 5 games.
Not good, dude.
Yeah, I think one thing is that Sorokin, I feel like kind of was disappointing last year.
Oh my God. Yeah. He was wildly disappointing last year.
After a good start too.
Yeah, I'm not sure of what his numbers were looking like. But I do remember him being like, what is this sort of deal?
And then they were starting Varlamov a little bit, weren't they?
Definitely. I feel like it was almost 50-50.
Oh, Varlamov has actually
getting
played
more starts now.
Yeah.
But
it's not done well, and actually Sorokin has done a lot better.
Sorokin had 55 starts last year, so the bulk. 3.01 goals against, so 909 save percentage. Maybe it got it together, later. Not looking terrible now to the first 2 starts that he's had.
Yeah.
Varlamov, interesting. I feel like the goaltender just in general last year, both of them, I feel like just not doing that great.
No.
Right now, Varlamov not good through 1-1-1 record last year, 27 starts. .918 save percentage, 2.6 goals against on average. Actually, boasted great numbers through that, I guess third of the season, I guess you could say.
Oh, and what was interesting? Varlamov played the whole playoff, so it looks like he seized the job. I forgot who they played in the playoffs last year.
It's a great question, dude. Not coming out of the East. Toronto? No. Toronto in the first round was
because wasn't there something where we could have had the matchup with them, right?
Yeah. Because I feel like Islanders wild card, right?
Right, in like a surprise.
Yeah, because I think they went off like the last month,
right,
of hockey. Got the wild card spot. Flyers blew it or whatever. Or yeah. So they played. Have you seen?
I'm checking.
Islanders 2020. Oh gosh, dude. 2024, obviously. Playoff preview, Skewa, UBS, PNC. They play Carolina.
Oh, it was
they played
Carolina. Okay, and they lost in 5, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they won the first game.
They won
in Raleigh, right?
They won 3-1. No. They lost 3-1. 3-1 Carolina.
So they lost the.
So they lost the first 3.
They won game double
4,
overtime,
and then they lost game 5.
But why is the result not there?
Because it's NewYorkIslanders.com and they're clearly tight, I guess. I don't know.
But it would be interesting. Oh, and I'm like completely, because we've been so far removed from hockey that Patrick Waugh took over.
Yeah. That's right, dude.
That is kind of crazy. Before we do the super frenzy, Tony.
Yeah, how do you want to do that?
Super. Everything.
Go. So we each pick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Like you're gonna be out of breath, dude.
I already am, dude. It's kind of crazy. New York Rangers watching Carolina Hurricanes 1-4-1. Yep. Boy, dude. I mean, like, it's just. Dude, the NHL playoffs is just an absolute fucking gauntlet.
It is.
Like, it really is, dude. Surviving these series, like, it's so ridiculous how lengthy it is.
Yeah. And was it?
So what were you going to say before? I forget.
Oh, I think I was just saying if there was any other game that was on your docket. But also, Yanni had said, Tony. Oh, he said, damn, CT people don't know slang. Tony, luckily, they got you the city boy from Staten Island.
Yep.
And then he says, no, Barnes, tell Tony to bet the house on the Rangers, not just 230.
There we go.
He'll be in Miami this year for his birthday. Forgot it was for his birthday last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then he
says, let's go Knicks. Is he going to the Knicks game for his birthday, maybe in Miami? I don't know.
You never know. And then Tommy says 2 conference final appearances back-to-back, lost a game 7 to the Bolts. So I guess it was those 2 years leading up, and then it all kind of.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, that was probably Matthew Barzal's like rookie and sophomore year, impactful, great job, and then now it's just like
here we are,
flat-footed, dude.
Will they be flat-footed tonight against Detroit? I guess we'll have to find out in a full-on super NHL Tuesday frenzy.
Oh my goodness, let's get it started here. Things are rocking the frozen frenzy here around the National Hockey League. We're starting off 6 p.m., Brian. Speaking of being able to live in Philadelphia, we have the Flyers taking on the Caps. Caps 3-1. Surprisingly, Flyers here 1-3. Not off to a good start. Torts tight for sure. Not getting a lot of offensive production here. Goaltending, Urson looks good. Backup does not. Money line here, Philly minus 120. Over under is 5.5. Caps 3 games in a row, 3 wins in a row. Flyers won their first game, 4 losses in a row, including an OT loss to Edmonton. Brian, what do you got here for game 1?
Yeah, I think they're a little burnt out from that OT loss against Edmonton. So I think ride the wave with the Caps. Strome and Ovechkin finding pay dirt. Low-scoring defensive hockey game. 2-1 Caps and the under.
Yeah, I actually do like that one for the Caps. I may take the over here, though. I feel like Flyers may start to score. And then, believe it or not, Tom Wilson probably off to the hottest start of his career. I mean, you're looking at 4 games, 5 goals out of him, 12 shots so far. Kind of crazy. And obviously, you have Dylan Strome, Alex Ovechkin as well. Charlie Lindgren, no doubt.
Ryan Lindren's brother there getting the start for the Caps. So give me Caps and the over. I'll say, 5-2. Why not do next game here, 6:30 p.m. We're going to Florida, not Miami, but Sunrise, dude. The Panthers at 4-2-1, looking to hand the Minnesota Wild their first regulation loss here tonight. Florida minus 145 on the money line. Over under also 5.5. Sam Reinhart, dude, 12 points, 6 games. What's going on there, dude?
I mean, who knows? With that 230, you put it on the Minnesota plus 125. Could be
Pretty penny, dude.
a nice payday. I like the upset. And listen, Panthers are coming. They're firing. They're going to be one of the top teams in the East. But I just think on this night, early in the season, Matt Zuccarello, coming off that great year last year, hits pay dirt. 2 goals and an assist. Kaprizov with 2 goals and an assist. 5-3. Wild over the Panthers in Sunrise with the over.
I'm going to take the Panthers here respectfully, Brian. I just think you'll get Minnesota. Obviously their roster on paper does not go toe-to-toe with Florida. Yes, I know they've been handed a loss in regulation. However, the teams they play, Columbus, St. Louis, Winnipeg, Seattle, not great. I think this could be a swift punch in the jaw from Florida, literally and figuratively. They're at home to the Panthers, wilding out here. I know the Wild, Gustafsson, the goalie goal, first time, franchise history.
Mats.
Give me Florida. It's going to be early and often. Could get ugly quick here. Panthers 6, Minnesota 1. Next game around the NHL here. We're going to New Jersey, unfortunately. Matthew Ryan, otherwise known as the Devils, taking on the Lightning. Lightning, we know, bounce back here against Toronto. They're looking for it in Newark. The Devils themselves, though, 5-2-1. Hughes off to a good start. Nico Hischier healthy, which is helpful. Obviously, Nugent, too, is good for the Devils, a newly acquired player there. Markstrom, speaking of newly acquired, looking solid there as their starting goaltender. Even Jake Allen backing up quite well. Over under 6.5, expecting the scoring at Tampa Bay. Plus 130 on the money line. So you may want to sprinkle Tampa Bay with the back-to-back, tired legs. What do you think, Brian?
Lightning, backup tender.
Whoa.
Wild. They're playing in the Czech Republic, not Croatia. I know I said that the other day.
Yep.
Tommy, thank you. Anyway, I just think it's one of those things where the Devils may be riding a little too high.
Ooh, okay.
But I'm going to say the Lightning take this one. Kucherov, Gensel, early, often, 5-2, Lightning in the over.
Lightning, I think will lose here tonight, dude. I think Devils are too much. They're more rested. Tampa Bay, the back-to-back. They just did not look against Toronto. And they're on the road. They're traveling. I can see them dropping to 3-3. Vasi looking slow. Devils hot right now. I think it could be a hat trick for Mr. Hughes. Devils going to win. I'll say 4-2. Devils and the under on that one. Let's go next game. It's only the 4th game here of fucking 15 here. Buffalo, Sabres, Stars, Dallas, minus 155. They're 5-1 on the year so far, looking like they're humming. Buffalo trying to grasp at straws as they typically are, 2-4-1. What is going on in Buffalo tonight, Brian?
Nothing good. I think that's why the tickets are starting at 19.
Yikes.
Maybe Alex Tuck throws the fans a bone, gets on the board early, but then I could see 4 or 5 straight. And yes, Roop Hintz, Tony, getting involved here.
Love that.
For the Stars, looking to build on this 5-1 start. And I think they win this game 5-1. Total was 6.5 or
5.5.
5.5. So there you go. Stars and the over.
I love that there. I want to agree 100,000,000%. Jake Ottinger looking great this year. 4-0 on the season. The 1 shutout as well. Casey DeSmith, familiar name, also working well with 2 starts already on the year, dude. Literally vastly different from the Sabres goaltending. I think Dallas here, honestly, I think it could be a 5-0 shutout, to be honest. But I'm going to throw Brian the bone, go with the over. I say Dallas 6, Buffalo 0. Bang. Next game here. Let's go 7:15. We're gonna go to Canada. Let's go the game of the night. The Bell Center. Brian loves it, dude. Rangers, Canadiens, original 6. You know the matchup here. Over under 6.5. The Rangers. That 230 the money line. You said it. Are you putting it there, Brian?
100%. And I think Panarin continues his hot start. Another goal, another assist to get him to 7-7. I think the Rangers come out firing, maybe 2-0 after the first, and they end up winning this game handily. I'm going to say 6-2 Rangers, and the over Mika with 2 goals as well.
I love that. I mean, how can you not agree? Obviously, let's fucking go Rangers. Keep it going. No regulation time losses here. Another dub. It'll be 5-0-1 after today. I do love that. Mika getting going. I think Panarin nets another goal, his 7th of the year, which is kind of crazy. Maybe Caulfield scores. Maybe he doesn't. Igor, the season debut, the shutout. Love that. Let's fucking go. Even if it's a quick spot, I don't care, dude. Rangers 5, Canadiens 1, Rangers in the under. Let's go next game here. Maple Leafs, another team on the back-to-back here, 7:30 p.m. They're going to Columbus, Ohio to take on the Blue Jackets, who are 2-3 on their season. Looking to get a dub here tonight. Toronto, minus 225 on the money line.
230 on my screen, which is interesting.
That's actually interesting here. It looks like on this screen, 225. But then you go to the actual game cast.
What do you know?
Oh, wait, it just changed to 230 now.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. Maple Leafs, minus 230, over under 6.5. Maple Leafs flexing their muscles last night, Brian. Do they do it again
Flexing
here tonight?
Again, rebounding from the loss against the Rangers, and you say, oh, maybe, look ahead spot, whatever. But I think a lot more talent here on the Maple Leafs, so I think scoring early and often, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, I think this could get ugly. I'm going to say 6-3 Maple Leafs in the over.
Yeah, I pretty much agreed chalk with that. I think Nylander will continue. Tavares, I think, should be owed a goal. He was playing really nicely last night. So give me his 3rd goal of the year for Johnny T as the Toronto Maple Leafs win this game 5-2. Next game, keep chugging along here. We're going back to New York, dude. UBS Arena here. The Islanders, the Red Wings. Dylan Larkin, 4 points through his first 5 games. Will he continue that streak tonight? I don't know. Over 6.5. Detroit plus 130. The tight dog here, Brian. Who are you taking?
I was there last year. I had the Islanders, the late collapse. But you know what? It's a new year, Tony. So let's throw Yanni a bone here. And I'm going to say Noah Dobson. He hasn't scored yet this year. Lots of assists throughout the year last season. So I think he has a goal and 3 assists. So getting Barzal and maybe Clutterbuck involved. But I think the Islanders win this one by the mark. I think maybe it gets tight late, but 4-3 Islanders in the over.
I do like that, I guess. I'm going to go with my boy Dylan Larkin, though, and the Red Wings, dude. Islanders, mainly because Anthony Duclair will be out long time with a knee injury. I believe it was. He left last game, which I don't end up winning. But still, I think Red Wings come in here, who's been kind of off to a little bit of a rocky start at 2-3. Tough losses back-to-back with the Rangers. Going through it, looking maybe to get a little revenge on New York somehow, takes it out on the Islanders. Give me Dylan Larkin with the goal. Alex DeBrincat with the goal. And let's go. Patrick Kane, a goal and 3 assists. Tarasenko maybe in there, a couple assists as well. Thing could get ugly here for Lonnie and the Islanders. Red Wings win this one. I'm going to say 5-1.
And it looks like Clutterbuck not on the roster. But let's give it to Casey Cizikas.
Oh, Cal Clutterbuck. Let's go now. Next game here, St. Louis, 8 o'clock. The Blues taking on the undefeated Jets, dude. He's not on any team?
No.
Wow, Cal Clutterbuck, dude. They really should have, in my opinion. Well, regardless here, the Jets looking to improve to 6-0. The Blues looking to get something going and giving Winnipeg their first loss here. St. Louis, as I mentioned, at home, over under 5.5. The Blues plus 130 Winnipeg, very, very successful. Connor Hellebuck so far. Obviously, the 4-0, the one shutout, 1.25 goals against, 952 take percentage. What do you got here, Brian?
The Jets, the first loss of the year. Kyrou, 2 goals. Binnington shutout. Blues in the under.
That's right, dude. The crew here at DTV yearning for the Jets to be winning. Any Jet that is, really. Winnipeg, it will seem, will be our best bet, and I agree with that, Brian. I think it's Mark Scheifele. I always forget how to say his name. Josh Morrissey, 6 assists on the season so far, giving 7 and 8 here. Binnington, 35 saves on 37 shot attempts. The Jets win 4-2. Next game here now, we're going to Chicago, United Center, Illinois. The Blackhawks, 2-3-1, taking on the Canucks, 2-1-2, dude. Blackhawks looking to kind of, I guess, have a better year. I mean, you want to look at it recently. Lost to Buffalo, not great. Canucks, back-to-back wins. Florida OT. Philly in regulation, shutting them out. Do the Canucks keep the good times rolling, Brian?
Just because I want to hear you say his name 10 times tomorrow, Brock Bozer, Tony, with the hat trick tonight. And also, in all seriousness, I just think they are, decently better than Chicago. So I think they'll win this one handily. I'm going to say 5-3. Canucks in the over. Bozer, the hat trick.
I do love Brock. But I'm going to go with the dog here. I don't pick many dogs.
And never the Blackhawks.
And never the Blackhawks. But Bedard's looking good. Teravainen looking good as well. And honestly, just let the Chicago Blackhawks understand what they're at, and they give a lot of support to Bedard. I think it could be Bedard hat trick, honestly. Canucks on their heels. Look at some of their losses they've suffered. Tampa Bay, Philly, what up, dude? Let's go. Blackhawks, they win. I'm going to say by the score of 5-4. Late third period in regulation score. Bedard for the Hattie Boom Batty. They win. We go on. Next game, Seattle. Kraken taking on the Avalanche. Wouldn't you believe this if I told you before the season started that early on the Kraken 4-2, the Avs 2-4? No, you wouldn't, dude. Very interesting here to see the Avs eventually, I'm sure, be bouncing back. Seattle, regardless, still the tight dog at home, plus 105. Over under 6.5. Brian, Kraken, 3-game win streak. Avs, 2-game win streak. They're only 2 wins this season. What do you say?
Avs on a 3-game winning streak now. I think they're getting back to where they need to be. And the Kraken, maybe a little reversal here. But I could just see Cale Makar having a big game here. Maybe 3 assists. And I think, the Avs spread the puck around. Borgie with a solid performance. I think this is 4-2. Avs in the under?
That Avs and the under, correct. I would put us at 6. Yeah, dude, this is tough for me, to be honest, because Georgiev has not looked great. Even in that start against Anaheim, gave up 3 goals, had to be an OT winner. I don't know if I would start him tonight against the Kraken. A new net, I guess, got the start last game against San Jose, only got up 1 goal. What's up? But I will go Avs regardless, even though Kraken, Jordan Eberle is off to a hot start, 5 goals, 6 games. He's a grizzled vet over there for them. But I think Avs, too much firepower. They're going to find it. Even if they have Georgiev giving up 3 goals, they're going to score 5 regardless, which would be your final score. Avs 5, Kraken 3, Avs and the over.
And speaking of 5, we still have 5 games remaining.
Kind of ridiculous. Let's keep it chugging along. Predators, Nashville. Speaking of 5, they're 0-5, Brian. Facing the 3-2-1 Bruins. You could say kind of law of averages. Bruins not great, relying on good defense. Some solid goaltending out of Swayman. Nashville Predators looking to hit anything here as they're on that 5-game losing streak. Bruins just lost to the surprisingly good Utah Hockey Club in overtime, by the way. Bounce back here for the Bruins, or do the Preds finally get their first win?
Preds finding pay dirt, and it's only because of Vegas trap, minus 125 for them. So, Bruins, plus money. Let's do it. And that's when you lose. And I think that's what happens to the Bruins tonight. And I think Forsberg with a hat trick only for Josh B. Maybe Marchessault gets in the mix. But I'm going to say 3-1 Preds. Saros with 36 out of 37.
Very interesting, dude. I believe Brian Barnaby's win percentage in games that include the Nashville Predators has to be 0 or close to it. I'm going to go with the Bruins here. 3-2-1. I understand. I don't know. Maybe the get right spot for Nashville. I see what Brian's saying. The trap game, plus money Bruins. But I think on the road here, I think they rely on good defense. Brad Marchand nets a couple. Swayman hot. Bruins win. I'll say 3-1. So Bruins and the under here. Next game now. Another team Brian loves here, the Edmonton Oilers playing the Hurricanes here, 9 p.m. Rogers Place, Edmonton, Alberta, Carolina, plus 110 on the money line. Could also be a trap game, honestly. 6.5 over under. Connor McDavid and the boys coming off that 4-1 loss to Dallas. But wait, Hurricanes 4-3 loss against St. Louis. Both teams rifling for a win in the column.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go with the Oilers. 0-4 is tough, but this team was in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals last season for a reason. McDavid only has 1 goal. Give him 2 goals, 3 assists in this one. And I think Leon Draisaitl finding the back of the net as well. 3-2 Oilers overtime. Draisaitl, the game winner.
Oh. Under. Goalie. Let's go Hurricanes. Anderson, 153 goals against on average through 2 starts. Kochetkov, even putting some solid numbers. Better than Skinner, better than Picard. And I think that's going to be the knife in the heart for the Oilers all year long. As I said before, yeah, give me the Hurricanes. I could see it maybe being a little bit of a shootout. But you know what, dude? Give me Shane Gostisbehere, former Rookie of the Year when he was on the Flyers, netting a goal from the blue line past Skinner as time winds down in the third period. Hurricanes 4, Oilers 3. Next game here now. We're going to Utah as that take on the Ottawa Senators. Senators obviously having the Bruins' old goaltender in Linus Ullmark. He's been pretty solid for the Senators, but regardless, they're still 3-2. Utah, new spot, 4-1-1, new look, undefeated at home so far, which they are obviously tonight. Ingram, Vejmelka. Who's it going to be, Brian? What do we got here?
Yeah, give me Ingram in Utah. I like the start. Ullmark and the Senators, we get it. I think this has really changed things. The rebranding, there's energy. There's a lot of fans in the building. They haven't had a hockey team before. Clayton Keller, the game winner, overtime, 2-1. Ingram, 40 of 41 in net. Utah in the under.
Yeah, dude, I love that. Honestly, I think I'm going to be a little bit of a Team Utah guy here. Dylan Guenther has been kind of producing pretty well. 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points here, plus 1 on the ice for Utah, the right winger, the youthful guy coming into his own, which is about time because the Coyotes, back when they were the Coyotes, we were rebuilding forever. So give me the Utah Hockey Club defeating the Senators. I'm going to say it could get ugly here. 6-1, dude. Decisive. Fuck Ottawa, dude. Next game, speaking of Canada, we're going to Calgary, Scotiabank Saddledome, Brian. The 4-0-1 Flames are looking to continue the hotness against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are 3-4 on the season. Obviously, Malkin, 11 points, good. He still has it. The kid still has it. But does Pittsburgh still have it? Minus 105 on the money line. Over under is 6.5. Pittsburgh coming up with back-to-back losses. The Flames, super hot, served their first loss in overtime. 2-1 loss to the Kraken. What do you think? Flames have been firing pretty well, dude. What do you got here?
Flames have been firing well, but the flame is about to get extinguished tonight in overtime. I think we have a 2-2 game, back and forth. But Michael Bunting with the game winner in overtime, 3-2 Pens and the under.
I mean, I feel like I'm always going Pens too in these situations. I'm going to change it up a little bit here, Brian. I'm going to go Flames. I think they are red hot, dude. Jonathan Huberdeau, 6 points, 3 coming from goals, 3 coming from assists here. Rasmus Andersson getting in the fight here on the defensive side as well as playing good defensively. So yeah, dude. I mean, I guess give me the Flames. I think just Penguins can't handle it. Tight game, maybe 3-2. Flames hold out. Vladar, solid. Yeah, so Flames end the under there at 3-2. Next game here, we're not losing any steam here. We're going to Anaheim. Battle of California, dude. The Ducks 2-1 against the Sharks. No surprise here, Brian. They are winless, 0-4-2 on the season. And because of that, San Jose plus 135 on the money line. Over-under is 5.5. Tell me, Brian, how is Troy Terry and the nice vintage-looking Ducks winning this game?
I think they're not because Toffoli wants his first career NHL win coming tonight, the Honda Center, Anaheim, California. I'm going to say 3-2 Sharks in regulation. Toffoli, all 3 goals for his first career hat trick, but the go-ahead game winner with 21 seconds remaining. Sharks in the under.
I don't know, dude. I think things get ugly quick for the San Jose Sharks. And again this year, Vitek Vanacek, their goaltender, obviously 0-3. I don't know if you saw this too the other night. His name on the back of his jersey was spelt wrong. How embarrassing is that? Fire the equipment guy. Fire a lot of guys in San Jose because I think it's the Ducks of Anaheim coming in here, looking good. Troy Terry, usual suspect. But I'm looking at Ryan Strome. Former great here. Give me the Hattie Boom Batty from him. Mason McTavish, an assist in every one of those goals. How is he on the same line? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Give me the Ducks 4, Sharks 1. They're still winless, dude. Let's go. Sticking with the Californian team here. 11 p.m. Late night, Brian. You're staying up for this game? I don't know, but it's the Kings. It's the Golden Knights. Both teams off to similar starts. Kings 3-1-2. Knights 3-2-1 here. We're in Vegas. A lot going on. The end of our night. Over under 5.5. The money line. Minus for, I guess, both teams here. LA, though, minus 105. Vegas, minus 115. Knights, though, on a 3-game losing streak after starting off 3-0. They are undefeated at home. What do you got here for the Kings?
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. The Kings aren't winning. They're not winning. I know you're taking them. You're taking them. Kopitar. Oh, my God. But the Knights strike back, snap that losing streak. Eichel, 2 goals. 2 assists. 5-2. Knights in the over.
Yeah, I don't know. This year, I don't know, dude. I may be singing a different tune for the Kings this year. Goaltending's a question mark. A lot of guys got to step up for me to believe in them.
But you know what?
Give me the Kings, dude. I'll take the Kings. Why not, dude? Anze Kopitar netting 2. Kevin Fiala netting 1 on his own. Quentin Byfield, a guy who was nowhere to be found last year, needs to show up. So far, no goals, but 3 assists, minus 3 on the ice. Fucking play a better game, and he will. 2 goals for him. It's a scoring bonanza here, I think, in Vegas. No goaltending at all. I think the Kings edge this out 6-5, baby.
And just like that, that's your entire NHL frenzy. Wow, where are the oxygen masks?
I mean, I don't know. I need oxygen. Give me some oxygen.
And then Lonnie told you to go scratch, but he did appreciate the bone.
From you.
Yeah. I mean, the Islanders, come on. I mean, they blew it against the Red Wings last year. What's the chance that they're really going to blow it again? You know?
I don't know, dude. We'll see.
And just on the way out here, obviously it'll be more of a segment moving forward, but only 2 games tonight. First one, I think I know where you're going to go here, but Knicks plus 5.5 in Boston, ring ceremony. What are we talking?
I mean, Michael said it earlier. He's expecting the Knicks to kind of take a little bit to, get to know each other, I suppose. And I mean, in my opinion, there could be no worse matchup for you game 1 in that opinion. And like at home,
they always play the Celtics at home. I mean, in the first game.
Like. And again, Celtics. I don't know. I mean, I could see them being a team too with like the post championship hangover, and they'll be getting the rings. They'll be seeing the banner, remembering the time, not really probably take a fucking lackadaisical. I don't know. Interesting, dude. I think Celtics win, but they don't cover.
I'm gonna say Knicks win, bing bong all over the New York sports radio tomorrow, including this show. And I think Cat triple double 20, 20, and 10 blocks.
Bing bong.
So I like the Knicks in that one. Second game, you have the Lakers against the T-Wolves in Los Angeles. Obviously the Wolves, showing Towns the door, bringing in DiVincenzo.
That's
Tony. Right. Let's hear it, because again, we're going for fantasy. So you're going to say what? AD, ACL, first possession, right?
AD leaves the game. I don't know, maybe at half, doesn't come back. Ankle, I don't know what.
How many points for Bronny?
Edward for Bronny? For LeBron, I guess. I don't know.
No, for Bronny.
For Bronny?
Yeah. I mean, is he
8?
You think he actually plays that much?
To get 8 points? Yeah, I think so.
Wow. But what do you think happens on the court?
Do you have Bronny?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought it was like, yeah. And I think Minnesota, dude. I think Edwards, 40 burger, DiVincenzo, maybe 22 points. T-Wolves, decisive victory here, I think. NFC over.
I think LeBron, 22nd season, triple-double, continues to be the oldest person to have triple-doubles. Classic game, but I can see Dalton connect in his first NBA game-winning three-pointer at the Horn.
Dude.
131-130. All-time classic, Tony.
Wow, dude. Dalton connects fantasy.
Wow.
Let's go.
I feel like I'm ready for a nap after that. That frenzy took a lot out of you, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's a lot. I mean, that was a lot of fucking games. Like, what the hell? They're going. Oh, there's 5 left.
Yeah, that was nuts. So big night of hockey ahead. More World Series talk as we move along. And no surprise, Yankees naming Cole the starter for game 1 in Los Angeles. What an event that is going to be. So excited. And I was just going to say, is there binge buddies?
Tonight, binge buddies, Penguin, we're talking. Manny maybe in studio. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. But regardless, Mike will be holding it down then at that point, and it's going to be a great episode.
There we go.
That's right.
So tune in.
Yeah.
8 sharp.
8 p.m. sharp.
Okay. Horseshoe to follow?
No.
Go to bed, dude. Meal prep. The chopped beef. Come on.
Tuesday. Yeah, let's go, dude. Ground beef.
Michael Bucka on the way out says Lakers was by 10, so he's tight.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else?
He says, boy, Dalton connects game winner would be a miracle. He says,
a little downtrodden, Michael. I mean, the Yankees are the World Series. Smile, bud.
I know. I mean, I guess it does not look great for the Lakers, I suppose, right? Does it?
But I don't know. Would we really be surprised if they are like the 3 or 4 seed and like have a chance to like make it to the conference finals? I mean, not really. I mean, it'll be tough, but they'll be in the mix.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
it's not like crazy, you know what I mean?
But I mean, I will say, Bucked with the basketball, I mean, I think he expects a championship. Like he wants a championship for the Lakers.
That would be a miracle, Brian. I mean, it's not a miracle. I get what you're saying, though. There are.
Specifically connect game winner.
That's how you start your career. He says the Lakers need to rebuild. I mean, Austin Reeves, pretty good as well. AD, he's, I know he's not a young buck, Tony, but he's also not 40. I mean, he's got some years left. So
his body looks like he's 40. I mean,
there are too many good teams in the West. There are. I mean, the West is a gauntlet again. So we'll definitely go a lot more NBA this year. But I think, Tony, that about does it. But what a show today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives and the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay and Costume, the merch at downtime.tv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Rangers. And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.